So the last type of filtering in Tableau is parameter filtering. Okay, parameterizer filtering. So what is parameter? With the help of the parameter, we can able to pass our own values. So if we want to enter our input or if the user wants to enter his input, so how the user enter his input means with the help of the parameter. So let me discuss one task. I would like to get the top 10 customers. I would like to get the top 10 customers based on sales. So how to get the top 10 customers based on sales? So just you have to go to Tableau. Let me open Tableau. So let me connect to the Superstore. So how to get the top 10 customer? You want to drag a customer name and you have to drop it into filters. And next you have to click on the top tab. After clicking on the top tab, you have to click on by field. So we have the top 10 based on sales sum. But here what is 10? 10 is a constant value, right? And after some point of time, if we want to get the top 20, how to get the top 20? Again, we have to go to the filter. But right click on the filter, we have to go to top and we need to change 10 to 20. Again, here we need to change this 10 to 20. So after changing the 10 to 20, here again we got 20 customers. Here again we got 20 customers. Okay, that means what here we got the customers, here we got the customers only after changing that number from 10 to 20. But every time we cannot change the value like this, right? So here we need some dynamic inputting option. So how to give the dynamic input means using the parameter. So if you click on this drop down, if we click on that drop down, in this drop down, we're having an option called as create a new parameter. In this drop down, we're having a new option known as create a new parameter. So just click on create a new parameter. Just click on create a new parameter. Now in the parameter window, we need to enter. Now in the parameter window, we need to enter the parameter name. So I'm giving the parameter name as top n. And to the parameter, we can able to pass the values in three ways. Number one, all. Number two, list. And number three, range. So as of now, I'm taking all and I'll explain the remaining two also. Just hit OK. So instead of 10 here, what I've taken is top n. So we create any parameter where Tableau going to create the parameter means under the parameters tab of the data window. Under the parameters tab of the data window, Tableau going to create that parameter. So just click on apply. So it is giving us the message the filter limit must be greater than 0. So if we go to the parameter, so Tableau going to create the parameter in the parameters tab of the data window. So by default it is taking 0. Instead of 0, enter 5. It is going to show the top 5 customers. So instead of 5, enter 15. It is going to show the top 15 customers. So in this way the parameter will work. In this way the parameter will work in Tableau. Okay. So we can able to pass the values dynamically. So directly in the filter window, we can able to create the parameter. Or the other way is we can right click on this. Here we can right click in this empty area. If we right click on the empty area, we are having an option called as create parameter. So in Tableau, we can able to create the different types of parameters like float. So what is floating number? Combination of integer plus decimal, and we can able to create the parameter only with the integers and with the string values. Next with the boolean values, and next with the date values, and even with the date and time values also, and even with the date and the time values also. Okay, so if I click on the integer, we can able to see the allowable values for the integer. Here we can able to see the allowable values for the integer. For integer, we can able to pass the values in three ways. For integers, we can able to pass the values in three ways. They are all, number two, list, and next number three, range. So all indicates we can able to pass any value. In the allowable values, all indicates we can able to pass any value. And list means in the list, like if you take any values, like for example, I'm taking 1, 10, and 20. So always the list contains always 3 values. If you hit OK, now we can able to show the parameter in the multiple ways, same like the quick filter. So if we click on the drop down for the top end parameter, here we can able to see the option type and it is showing. Just a moment. Let me go to edit. Let me click on list. Here let me enter 1, 10, and 20. Okay. Now let me click on the single value list. So now if you specify, see here, if you click on the drop down for the parameter, here we can able to see. If you click on the drop down for the parameter, here we can able to see the different parameter display options like single value list, compact list, slider, typing. So in the single value list, here we can able to see the list of different options available in that particular parameter. So the parameters having only 3 values. So in list we can able to select them. In the list we can able to select only the existing values. We cannot pass any other value. And next number 3 is range. So using range we can able to pass the range of values. So for the range you have to specify the minimum value and maximum value, and next for the range you have to specify step 7. So okay, how much step we want to increase it every time. Just hit OK. So now we click on the next time it is going to increment by 1. Okay, next time 1, 1 in that way. In that way it is going to increment the values. Okay, in that way it is going to increment the values. So highest is 20. Highest is 20. Okay. So if you want to pass any value, then we have to take the allowable values as all. If you take the allowable values as all, then here we can able to pass any value. Okay. So for the parameter we can able to pass the values in 3 ways. They are all, list, and range. And these options will change depending on the data type of the parameter. Okay, these allowable values options will change depending on the data type of the parameter. For example, if you click on the data type as string names, okay, if you click on the data type as string names, now again the allowable values will change. Okay, so here in the allowable values only all and list are in the active mode, whereas the range is in the inactive mode. Because for the strings we cannot define any range. Okay, because for the strings we cannot define any range. And next, if I click on drop down, if I click on the drop down for the parameter, here we can able to see one more option known as boolean. So what are booleans? The boolean always contains 2 values, true and false. So we can able to pass in the true and false values. And next is date. Next is date, where we can able to pass all the date values. And the next is date and time. If you want to pass the time and if you want to pass the time plus date values, we can use date and time. For the date and time, again all the three options are available on list and range. So it's the parameter basics. So let's do one more task. The task 2, what I'm my task 2 I would like to take, or I would like to show top n countries based on profits. So how to get the top n countries based on profits? So I'm renaming the sheet as task 1. So how to get the top n countries based on profits? So just go to the mapping items. In the mapping items, so just rank the country and drop it into filters. So already here we are having the top n parameter, right? Is it possible to take the same parameter here or not? So just go to top, click on by field, select top, click on drop down, select top n. So select top n parameter based on profits, click on profits on, just click on apply, click on OK. Now drag the country and drop it into rows. Just drag the profit and drop it into columns. So now right click on the top n, click on show parameter control. Now it is showing us what the same top n parameter. So both the sheets are having one. Here both the sheets they are having the top n parameter. So it means what? Parameters are reusable components In both the sheets, we have used the same top end parameter. Now in the sheet, now in one sheet, if we enter the input as, let's say for example 30, just hit OK. So now in both the sheets here, I'm using the same parameter, and on one sheet I have entered my top end value as 30. And what would be the value in the previous sheet of the same parameter? You go to the previous sheet. Here also the tableau is showing the value of what 30. So in both the sheets, here tableau is showing us the same value 30. That means what? If we use the same parameter across the multiple sheets, if we use the same parameter across the multiple sheets, and if we enter any value on one sheet, it is going to apply the same value. It is going to apply the same value across the multiple sheets. Now, let me discuss one more task. In my next task, I would like to show customer-wise sales.
Prajwal, sorry for the interruption.
No problem. Yeah.
When we are applying the filter, can you go back to Tableau?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are applying the filter of country and region for the multiple sheets, right?
Not multiple sheets, only one sheet, and on both the sheets I'm taking the same parameter. Here I'm passing the value using the parameter, right? So in my task 2 sheet I'm having the country field.
Right.
And in my task 1 sheet I'm having the customer field. Both are different. Here I'm not applying the same filter. Here only thing which is common is parameter. Because for the customer I want the top end, and the country also I want the top end. So let's say for 10 sheets you want to perform the top end analysis. Okay, so here what I want to show is it is not required to create 10 parameters. With one parameter we can able to perform the required analysis. But
the value will also change as it is. I mean, in one sheet if you change it, automatically it will reflect in another sheets.
Yes, exactly. So here in this top end parameter, in my task 1 I'm taking the top end value as 15. And if I go to the task 2, here it is changing. Which one here is showing here? 15. And now,
go ahead.
Yeah, now in my task 2 sheet, I'm taking the value as 20. Now, what is the value in both the sheets? In both the sheets, the value is 15, right? So in my task 2 sheet, I'm taking 20. And if you go to the task 1 sheet also, the value will be 20. Because it is same parameter, right? So if you take any value on one sheet, it is going to apply the same value across all the sheets.
Okay, so we are reusing the same parameter for all the multiple sheets.
Yeah, exactly. It's a key point of the parameter. Parameters are reusable.
Clear. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So Prajwal, in order to overcome this, I mean, do you have any other, like we need to use different parameters on different sheets?
Yes, exactly. Then create the multiple parameters.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So in my task 3, I would like to show the customer-wise sales. Whose sales is more than the user selection. It means what? If any user enters any value, he want to know how many customers are more than his value or his target. Okay, the user want to enter his target, so he would like to know how many customers are passing that target. So how to achieve this? So I am taking customer and I am taking the sales. Let me sort in the descending order. So now here in one selection, if I enter let's say some 10 lakhs means or 10,000 means, Tableau has to show all the customers whose sales is more than 10,000. So to pass that value, I am taking one parameter with the name sales threshold. Okay, sales threshold. So I'm taking the type as float. Just hit OK. Now drag the customer name and drop it into filters. After dropping into filters, here we're having one tab called as condition tab. Click on the condition tab and just go to by formula. If you go to by formula, just click on here the edit. Just click on the edit, and in the by formula, take the formula. So the formula is here we have to take the formula. We have to take sales. So we have to take sum of sales. Sum of sales should be greater than the parameter. The parameter is sales threshold. So just hit OK. So now here what I'm taking here, I'm taking my sales value should be more than the user input. So how the user will enter his input using the parameter. Now the parameter if enter let's say 10,000, in the runtime here Tableau going to take 10,000 here. And if enter 1 lakh, Tableau going to take 1 lakh here. So the final condition would be sum of sales greater than 1 lakh. So just hit OK. So click on apply and click on OK. So now how to show the parameter means, you want to show the parameter, just simply right click on the parameter, just simply right click on the parameter and click on show parameter control. Okay, right click on the parameter and click on show parameter control. Now the sales threshold, it is taking the value as 1 and now I am taking the value as 10,000. Now it is going to show all the customers whose sales is more than 10,000 here. You're showing us all the customers whose sales is more than 10,000. If I enter 20,000, it is going to show us all the customers whose sales is more than 20,000. Okay, like this. So here it is giving us all the customers whose value is more than the user input. If you enter 1,50,000, see, it's showing us all the customers whose sales is more than my selection. This is task 3. And one important note is the by formula. If we go to the filter here where we have written the formula, in the condition tab, the by formula, right? The by formula is different in 8 and in 9. If you open 9, if you open 9.0, if you open 9.0, so just connect to Superstore. So just drag any field and drop it into filters. Just go to the condition and just go to the by formula. In this by formula, okay, in this by formula, in 9 Tableau it won't open any window here. Here we don't have any option to open. Okay. Whereas in 8 in the by formula, if you click on the by formula and if you click on the edit, so now the Tableau will navigate to one more window where here we can able to select all the fields and we can able to write all the formulas. Whereas in 9, in the by formula here you have to specify the required things like sum of sales should be more than the selection of the user. So by formula is somewhat difficult in 9.0 because here we have to enter the complete formula in the exact way by taking the brackets also. So the by formula in 9.0 or the Tableau 9.0 is having this drawback, writing the by formula. The alternate solution is you can create a calculated field and in the calculated field we can take the required formula. Because in the calculated field Tableau going to show the fields. So here we can take the required formula. So sales threshold, I think here we're not having that parameter, right? So here I am taking the sales threshold parameter here. Okay. So in that way we have to create in 9.0, whereas in 9.1 they have removed this feature and they have added the auto completion. So they have added.
There's one.
Yeah.
I have a question here. Yeah. Is there any reason that why they removed it?
No, actually they have completely changed it to the 9 interface. Okay. So in 9 the formula or the calculation window is having some artificial intelligence. I will show you here. So if I connect to the superstore, so now I'm in 9.1, okay. So whatever the limitation we're having in 9.0, they have covered in 9.1. If we go to condition, now see the by formula in 9.1. If you enter any character, we can able to see the matching fields. So it means the by formula is having auto completion. So they have missed this auto completion in 9.0 and they have added that auto completion to 9.1. It is very, if you compare 8 and 9, if you have the auto completion is very easy to write compared with the 8. If you go to 8, okay, so sorry, if you go to 8 and if you go to condition and if you go to by formula, so here the Tableau 8 by formula is not having any auto completion. If you enter S here, Tableau is not showing us any matching field. So here what we have to do is we have to write everything manually. So we have to select the fields. We have more number of fields, and if you want to select, it will take some time, right? So to improve the performance, they have added that auto completion wizard, but they have missed that auto completion wizard in 9.0, and they have covered that in 9.1. So because auto completion is very easy to define.
Well, yeah. What is the difference between adding condition and I mean, by adding the parameter, we can show that on the visualization, right? But whereas the calculated field, can you show that on the visualization or?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like even we can pass this condition using the calculated field also. Okay, but what will happen if you create the calculated field? In the calculated field is going to it is going to save in our workbook, but it is not here. We won't use this condition at anywhere, right? Only for the sheet we are using this condition. So if you're using the condition only for one sheet, then go to the condition tab. Whereas if you're using that in multiple sheets means, then create a calculated field and use that calculated field in multiple sheets. Whereas if you're using in only one sheet means, then why to get a new field?
My question is, calculated field, can we show it on the visualization like the parameter?
Yes, the calculated fields are nothing but the normal fields only. Let's say for example, I'm creating one calculated field, the name ABC. I'm taking sum of sales. I'm taking sum of sales. Just hit OK. Now if I drag the ABC, if I drop it into the rows, we can able to show it now. See here. And if you want to add any quick filter, we can add the quick filter for it. See here. The calculated fields will act as a normal fields, but we're deriving that based on the existing fields.
Okay, you use the calculated as a measure to show it on the visualization. What did you do? Did you right click on it and?
No, just drag it and it is a quick filter, right? Basically, it's a quick filter. How to add the quick filter? Just simply right click on it and click on show quick filter.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so let's discuss few more tasks. In my next task, I would like to get country-wise profits in between the start date, in between the start date and end date calendar, in between the start date and the end date calendar. So now in Tableau, I would like to show two calendars, one for start date and the other for end date, and I would like to show the country-wise profits. I would like to show the country-wise profits in between the start date and the end date calendars. So how to show the profits in between the start date and the end date calendar? So just go to Tableau. Just go to Tableau. Just go to the mapping items. So drag the country. Okay, drag the country. Next, drag the profits. So we have to show the country-wise profits in between the start date and the end date calendars. So we have to give the selection to the user as the calendar. So how to pass the selection as calendars means create two parameters. Create two parameters. Let me check my version. 9.0. Let me do it in 8 option. So country profits. So I am creating two parameters. Number one, I'm taking as SD start date. I'm taking the type as date. Okay, just hit OK. Next, I'm taking end date, and I'm taking the type as date, and again hit OK. Okay, here I'm having two parameters. So just show the two parameters. How to show these two parameters means right click on the start date, click on show parameter, and again right click on the end date, click on show parameter. So now we click on these two parameters. Here we got selection of the calendar. So just let's say for example I am defining my start date as, so in Superstore we are having the data up to 2013 only. So I am taking my start date as 1st November 2013. Sorry, from 1st October 2013 I am taking the data till 4th Feb 2016. So how to get the data in between these two dates? Now you drag the order date, and if you drop it into color, Tableau going to show all the 4 years, but we have to get the data only from the 1st October 2013 to 2016. So here how to get only the data in between these two dates? Now here you have to perform the date filtering. So how to perform the date filtering means just drag the order date, and drop it into filters. Okay, just drag the order date and drop it into filters. Of dragging and dropping the order date into filters, in the order date as you have to compare the exact date. So how to compare the exact date means you have to select the individual dates. In the bottom here we are having the individual dates. We have to click on this individual dates and click on next. After selecting the individual dates, just select the condition. Just select the condition and click on by formula. Just go to edit and here define the formula. Okay, so what is the formula? The order date, the input date, order date is input date must be greater than or equal to the start date and the order date, which means the input date must be less than or equal to the end date. It means what the order date should be in between the start date and the end date. So just hit OK. Click on apply and click on OK. So now it is giving us the data only from 2013. So it means if you click on the month year, so how to get the month year? This will right click on this date field, go to more, click on custom and select month year, just hit OK. In the month year it is showing October 2013, November and December. Only these 3 months. Why? Because in Superstore we are having the data up to only 2013. So in this way we can able to create the date parameters also. It's my task. Next task. Next I would like to show the region wise sales. I would like to show the region wise sales, and I would like to show the region depending on my selection of the user. Okay, here I would like to show the region depending on the selection of the user. So here how the user can select the region. One way is we can add the quick filter. If we add the quick filter, here we can able to select the region values. Okay, if we add the quick filter, here we can able to select the region values like this. And the other way is using the parameter. Okay, one way is using the quick filter. So here I am not using the quick filter as of now. Just I am going with the parameter. So now how to create the parameters? Right click here, click on create parameter, specify the parameter name. I am giving the parameter name as a region, and I am taking my data type as string. I am taking the parameter type as string. So this parameter I am passing the values as a list. Okay, to the parameter I am passing the values as a list because here the user want to select the values. Here the user want to select the values from the parameters. So I am adding the values to the parameter from the field. So select the parameter name as region, and I am going to type as list. So to the list of the parameter, so this parameter contains what all the region names. So one way is we can enter the values like west, east, like that. So if you have more number of values, if you enter it manually, it takes some time, right? So the best practice is instead of entering the values manually, here we are having an option of add from field. So just click on add from field. So here we can able to add the values from the region field. Here we can able to add the values from the region field. So add from field, click on region. If you click on region, it is going to add all the values of the region and just hit OK. Okay. So it means to the parameter we can able to add the values from the existing field also. So now show the region parameter. Right click on the region and click on show parameter control. So now we click on the central, I would like to show the central. If we click on east, I would like to show the east. So how to show only, okay, how to show only that region information. So again drag the region and drop it into filters. After dragging and dropping the region into filters, again go to the condition. In the condition, just go to by formula and click on edit. So if we click on edit in the formula, you have to specify. So here we have to show region equals to parameter. So in the parameter, if I select any value, okay, now it is going to submit that value in the runtime and it is going to check whether we have any matching region or not. If we have the matching region, then it is going to show us, only that region. So just hit OK. Now click on apply, click on OK. Now it is showing here only the east region. If you click on west, okay, now your tableau is going to show us the west region, similarly south, okay, it is going to show the south region. In that way, it is going to show us the required values like this. So this thing can be achieved. Okay, this thing can be achieved using the quick filter also. Okay, this thing can be achieved using the quick filter also. So if I right click on the quick filter, if I right click on the field, we can able to add show quick filter. If we click on show quick filter, here Tableau going to show us all the quick filter values. So if we select any value, here Tableau going to show us, okay, only the selected values. And in quick filter, we still have one extra value known as all. By default, quick filter going to show us the all value. So is it possible to get the all value in the parameter or not? Is it possible to get the all value in the parameter or not? Okay, one important question, or how to get the all value in the parameter. So just go to the parameter, just go to the region parameter, just go to the region parameter and enter the value as all and hit OK. Okay, here I am going to the region parameter and here I am entering the value as all. Okay, now if we click on all, I would like to show all my regions. If we click on all, here Tableau is showing us null. Why null? Because here what is our condition? Our condition is region equal to the parameter region, right? So now in place of the region here, what Tableau is substituting? Region equal to all. But we don't have any region with the name all. If we go to the field, we don't have any any value in the region with the name all. The region contains 5 values, okay, but we don't have any region with the name all. So then here how to pass the condition. Here how to pass the condition means here we have to take one more condition by using the OR operator. Here we have to take the OR operator like OR. Here we have to take the OR operator like OR, region equal to, or region equal to, the parameter region equal to all. Here I am taking one more condition using the OR operator by taking parameter region equal to all. So in the parameter region, if I take all value, all equal to all, true or false. So all equal to all is satisfying. Now it is going to show us the data which is existing. So this type of evaluation is known as indirect evaluation. Okay, this type of evaluation is known as indirect evaluation. So just hit OK. Just click on apply and click on OK. Now in the region all, if I click on all in the region, now your tableau is showing us all the 5 regions. The logic is very simple. Just here I have taken here 2 conditions using the OR operator. So in the OR operator, if any one of the condition is satisfying, then it is going to give us the output. So here it is going to submit the all value in 2 places. One is region equal to all. So we don't have any region with the name all. So here the condition is failing, and here all equal to all. So all equal to all, true or false. So here the condition is satisfying. So as if the condition is satisfying, it is going to retrieve the data, the complete data. So this type of evaluation is known as the indirect evaluation. And one more thing, in the parameter I still have one more value called as none. If I click on none, then I would like to hide all the values. So here how to add the none value? Again go to the region parameter, click on edit, and here add the none value. Just hit OK. Now in the region, click on drop down and click on none. If I click on none here, Tableau is not showing anything. If I click on none here, Tableau is not showing anything. Okay, see here. So in that way, we can able to add our required selection, and we can pass the condition, okay, in the required way, and we can fetch the wanted results. So it's a task by. And one more difference between the quick filter and the parameter is, if you see this sheet, here I am having the quick filter. So in the quick filter, we can able to perform multi-value selections. In the quick filter, we can able to perform the multi-value selections. What about the parameter? In the parameter, at a time, we can able to select only single value. In the parameter, at a time, we can able to select, or we can able to choose only single value. We cannot select multiple values. Okay, we cannot select the multiple values on the parameter. So it is the limitation or the drawback of the parameter. It is the limitation or the drawback of the parameter. Single value selection is the limitation or the drawback of the parameter. So in the parameter, multi-value selection is not possible. Okay, so next thing. So here I am having one data source, that is Superstore. Here I am having one data source, that is Superstore extract. Now I will connect to one more data source. So I am connecting to one more data source. Superstore Excel, so which is part of my Tableau repository. So I am connecting to the order sheet. So click on go to worksheet. So now here I am connected to the Superstore Excel. So here I am having two data sources. One is the extract and the other is the Excel. Now we go to the second data source, On second data source also I am taking, let's say for example, customer. And I would like to show the top n customers. I would like to show the top n customers. So again, is it possible to use the same parameter which I have created in the other data source or not? So in the other data source, I'm having the top n parameter, right? So is it possible to use this top n parameter, the Superstore Excel or not? Okay, the Superstore Excel, is it possible to use the top n parameter or not? So here what I want to make sure is, are the parameters specific to one data source or independent to the multiple data sources? Okay, that I would like to confirm. So just go to the customer, go to the filter, go to the condition. Now here I'm taking top and parameter I'm taking, and I'm taking the some measure called as profit. Just click on apply and click on OK. So now in this filter condition, just I have taken what the top n parameter. So let me show the top n parameter. So here also I am taking the top n parameter, and my task 1, task 2 also I have taken the top n parameter. So this task 1 and task 2, they belong to Superstore extract, and this task 6, let me name it as task 6, it belongs to Superstore Excel. It means what, they belong to the different data sources. So the bottom line is, across the different data sources also, it is possible to use the same parameter. Now in my parameter I am having the value as 20, and in my task 1 and in my task 2 also I am having the value as 20 in the top n parameter. Now I am navigating to the task 6. Here in my top n I am taking the value as 30. In my top n here I am taking the value as 30. So just hit enter. So if I hit enter, now it is giving me the top 30 customers. Once go to the task 1. In the task 1 also, here which one your tableau is showing you 30. In task 2 also, tableau is also 30. So it means it is possible to take the same parameter. It is possible to take the same parameter across the multiple sheets or across the multiple worksheets. Okay, across the multiple worksheets, it is possible to take the same parameter. So it is the advantage of the parameters. So with the parameters, we can able to perform filtering across the multiple data sources. With the help of the parameters, we can able to perform filtering across the multiple data sources. So using the quick filter, we can able to perform filtering only within one data source. Only within one data source we can able to perform filtering. So here I am having the quick filter. Not here. Let me add some field called as region. I'm adding a quick filter. So we go to the quick filter. If you click on this drop down, and if you go to apply to worksheets, so you can share the quick filter within one worksheet and the selected worksheet, and even within one data source, but not across the multiple data sources. So how to share then how to perform filtering across multiple data sources. So if we want to perform filtering across multiple data sources in Tableau, we are having two ways. It is an important entry question. How to perform filtering across multiple data sources. Okay, we are having two ways. Number one, using parameters, and next number two, using actions. We are having a concept called actions. Okay, so actions we didn't discuss here. I'll discuss in the coming scenarios. Now I will show you how to implement using the parameters. So just go to Tableau. So here I'm creating one sheet, the Superstore. I'm taking the region here. Okay, here I'm taking the region. So this one extract, SS extract, and I'm creating one more sheet. I'm going to the Excel. And here again I'm taking the region. I'm renaming this sheet as Superstore Excel. Okay, this extract contains 5 regions and this Excel contains 4 regions. So the thing is, here I would like to perform the filtering across these two data sources because this region belongs to the Excel data source, and if we go to the previous sheet, this region belongs to the extract data source. So I'm creating a dashboard, I'm taking extract and I'm taking the region from the Excel. So the requirement is if I select any region, let's say for example, I am selecting one region. So the quick filter is applying to only one data source. But my requirement is to apply the filtering across these two data sources. So how to integrate the two sheets means using the dashboard. Okay, so that's why here I have created the dashboard. Just for this task only, I have created the dashboard. Again, about the dashboard, I will discuss. So just go to the extract, extract sheet, and instead of taking the quick filter, just remove the quick filter, just pass the filter condition using the parameter, just drag the region, go to the condition in the formula and just pass the required formula by taking region equal to region parameter, or if you want to show the all value we can take what region equals to all. So click on OK. Now again go to the Excel. From Excel, take the region field again, drop it into filters, go to condition, by formula. Here specify the things by taking region equal to region parameter, or take region equal to parameter region equal to all. Just hit OK. Now click on apply and click on OK. So now go to the dashboard. In the dashboard, just remove this quick filter. See, now in both the sheets it is showing us what? The sound. So how to show the parameter means just click on the drop down of any sheet. In the rightmost corner we have the drop down. This drop down is known as option. Just go to the option for the sheet and just go to the parameter. The parameter name is region. So now it is showing us which region is south. If we click on east, it is going to show us the east region in both the sheets. And if we click on all, it is going to show us all the regions from both the sheets. And if we click on none, it won't show anything. So in this way we can able to perform, the filtering across the multiple data sources using the parameter. And using the quick filter, even we can able to exclude the values, right? So let's say for example, I am adding the quick filter on the region. So using the quick filter, we can able to include values and we can able to exclude values. So we click on exclude values. Whatever the selections we are performing here, tab is going to exclude all the values. Then how to exclude all the values using the parameter? Next task 6. Excluding the values using parameter. Now just go to Tableau. So again I'm taking the region here, I'm removing the region. So now drag the region and drop it into filters. Just go to condition, click on by formula, go to the formula window, and here take region. Here just take region not equals to region. If I take equals to means what? It is going to give us the matching region. Not equals to means what? If you select any region, so Tableau going to give us what? Unmatched region values. Just hit OK. Click on apply and click on OK. Now we click on the region, we click on the show parameters. So we click on the central means Tableau going to exclude central and Tableau going to show us the remaining regions. And if we click on the south means Tableau going to exclude south and it is going to show us the remaining regions. So it's all about the parameters here and it's all about the filtering in Tableau. And the last difference between the parameter and the quick filter is one important entry question is parameter static or dynamic? And what about quick filters? Okay, are the parameters and quick filters static or dynamic? So let's try to identify that. So to prove that, I'm taking some sample data file. Okay, I have taken this sample data file which contains the location and jobs. So from Tableau, I will control this data.txt. Just go to Tableau, connect to data, Excel. In my desktop, I'm having the data.txt. So not Excel, it's a text file. Right? My phone is a text file. I'm having the data.txt. Click on open. Now click on go to worksheet. Now just drag the location. Okay, drag the jobs. So here I am showing the location quick filter, and I'm creating a parameter. So here in this data source also, here I am showing all the parameters. Basically, parameters are independent of the data sources. So here I'm adding the location once again. Location parameter I'm creating. So the type is string, and I'm adding the values from the list. Just add from field. So data, what the field name, location. Just hit OK. Now go to the location, click on show parameter control. Just click on single value list. So it is showing us all the existing file locations. All the existing file locations. Now from the data.txt file, here I'm adding one more location, Mumbai. Okay, some 300. Let me save it. Here I'm adding one more location. Now how to get the data changed into Tableau? If you want to get any data changes, you have to refresh the data, right? So right click on the data. So it is the quick filter and it is a parameter. Just undo the changes. Just click on refresh. So we have added one new location as Mumbai. So in the quick filter, the Tableau is adding what? In the quick filter, Tableau is adding us, okay, the new location. So it means the quick filter is dynamic. What about the parameter? The parameter Tableau is not adding any new data because parameters are static. So the bottom line is quick filters are dynamic and the parameters are static. So it's all about the filtering, guys. So it's all about the end of this scenario. So if you have any questions, please post your questions.